and welcome to ET Garage. Today's video is going to be about, I'm just going to go over some things I've been doing while waiting for the engine to get back from the machine shop. So just hang tight and we'll go over that. Okay, as you can see, I'm standing here inside my engine compartment. And I'm not going to do a close-up of what I've done in here, but basically I just took the power washer and a bunch of cleaner and cleaned everything up in here best I can. I'm not going to make it like a show winner. I'm not trying to make it a show winner. Anyone knows the history of this car. It's over 245,000 miles as a driver. And I'm more concerned about driving it than looks. Even though I like to keep it a halfway decent look, and I ain't gonna try and make it an award winner. It just isn't worth the time. Not for me. Not for the way I use the car. So I went in here and basically gave everything a good cleaning, tidied up some of the wiring. And that was about it. That's about all I can do until I get my engine block back and then get the motor together and get it back in. I'll probably go ahead sometime this week and I'll take all the wiring and I'll tape it to the windshield up out of the way. The wiring, the hoses, the lines, anything that's going to be in the way when I drop the motor in. And make it easier to drop the motor in. Of course, it's always better to have someone to help you. Then they can hold the stuff out of the way and help you guide the motor in. That's probably the better way to do it. But let's go down in the basement. I have all these pieces. I'm just getting ready. They're pretty much done. I went ahead and painted this used to be silver. I went ahead and painted it, well, not silver, but what they call aluminum. Painted it with aluminum, cast aluminum is the color that Duplicolor names it. So it looked cast aluminum more or less. But I decided to paint it black, the lower base. Plenum was already black. It was all scratched up, so I went and redid that. I went and redid the distributor cover that bolts to the rear of the plenum. The valve covers, those were that cast aluminum look too. I went and repainted them black and stuck a new emblem on it. Bought for a whole new emblem. The vacuum hose that goes to the power brake booster, I went and painted that silver. It was the factory color is sort of like a gray, marine gray type color, I guess you would call it, real light marine gray. And it was all flaked off and everything, so I just wire wheeled it off and repainted it. It looked like a spot there I missed. Maybe I'll do that over. Same with the thermostat housing. That I'm in the process of painting, but it's going to be black just like this. Now let me show you the AS&M runners. All I did, I need to clean these up better. I thought about repainting these too. I like the silver. This is the silver that they come in. I believe it's clear anodized. I'm not sure, some type of silver anodized, and it's I like that look, so I'm just going to leave them. They need to be cleaned up better. I'm not going to get too special with them. I did think about repainting them silver, the same silver paint that I used to paint the headers. And that paint, I repainted these headers. I just cleaned them up best I could. And I had a video on these where these headers, or hooker headers, originally come jet hot coated, ceramic coated. Of course, that rusted off after years of abuse. About 2 years ago, I had these recoated at another place north of Philadelphia. That coating didn't even last a year, and it started to rust. It doesn't matter what coating I put on these. These are metal, and like this part of the header, which sits down low under the car, if you drive it a lot, especially on the type of roads around where I live, they just get sandblasted to hell. So it doesn't matter what coating you have on there. If you're going to buy headers, do yourself a favor, get stainless steel, 304 stainless steel headers. Anyway, I went and painted this, and this is going to be controversial, what I painted them with. That's right, Eastwood internal exhaust coating. And the reason I painted it, the outside with this, is I have gotten this splattered all over my pellet stove. It's splattered on the front of my pellet stove door. I got this rusty old pellet stove, and right over the rust and everything. And that was years ago, like back in 2015, I think. And it's still on there. It won't come off. Anything this stuff splattered on will not come off. So I decided use it on the outside of headers. Everyone's going to say, oh, that's meant to reflect heat on the inside and all that stuff. It's not going to make any difference on the outside. As long as it protects it and holds up. And I don't know, just check back on the channel a couple of years from now. If I still have the damn thing, I'll give an update how well it held up. But I also went and installed new sensors, like this header here on the is from the passenger side. I run a narrow band, a 4-wire narrow band. This is a heated narrow band. Factory one comes with a single wire non-heated narrow band, and that would go right in here, believe it or not, where it's close to the you want it a certain distance within the exhaust port, so it heats up the single wire one. And it worked fine there. There's nothing wrong with it. But I converted it to a 4-wire heated one. And that just heats up quicker and enables me to go into closed loop sooner. On the passenger side, I have a wideband sensor, an AEM wideband sensor. And that way I can keep check of my air-fuel ratio. But let me think what else I've been doing. Oh, there's the timing cover. And I went and cleaned that up, painted it, put a new seal in it, so that's ready to go. Same with the rear seal. I didn't paint the rear seal housing. It's a one-piece seal on this block. I just went and popped the seal in the seal housing. And for this chrome-looking paint is actually this Bright Touch engine paint. I got this at a local auto parts store years ago, really cheap. And I've only used it a couple of times. I'm not a big fan of the chrome look, but I figured I'd go use it on a timing cover. Truth is, once this is in the engine, you can't see it. It's almost impossible to see. So that's done. And the harmonic balancer, all the paint came off it, but the timing marks are still on there. And on this one, I don't know if you can see that with the light, but there's actually 4 of them. And yes, the one for top dead center is still marked on here. You can barely see it because it's pretty much wore off, but it's basically that one. I'll have to mark that as TDC. And I was going to repaint the thing black, and I figure it's just going to come off again anyway. But one other thing I did do, I brought the mufflers inside and gave them a good cleaning up. In case anyone's not familiar with these are OBX. This is an OBX exhaust system on my car. It's from the headers back. It has a X-pipe crossover. And I've added a few other things to it over the years, which I'm not going to show here. But in the back here, and I hope you guys can see that, is what I call a drone eliminator. What that is basically is a block off plate, and then there's a 3/4 inch conduit that runs inside, and that acts as like a I don't know, a resonant pipe or something like that, if you want to call it that. It does help cut back on the drone. I did open it up that hole a little bit more, so it's a little free flowing. In case you're wondering what's inside these mufflers, they're basically just straight through, come straight through, and then wise out. It's just perforated pipe and packing. That's all it is. Really, you could just have one pipe on here and it will flow the same as 2. That does help cut down on the drone, believe it or not, that little drone eliminator. Let me think of what else I have done. Oh, I've went ahead and wire wheeled all the bolts. Like these here are the ARP head bolts that I use. And pre-gapped all the spark plugs. I also went ahead and polished the crankshaft. I I basically polished the bearing surfaces. These are still in excellent shape. So just gave them a quick polishing, and there's plenty of videos on how to do that at home. You basically wrap some emery cloth around it and wrap a shoelace or something similar and just work it back and forth. Anyway, I actually thought about just lightly polishing the ends here. I'm not sure if that would be the throws. I'm not sure if that would be advantageous or not. I actually thought about knife edging it and lightening it, and then I'd have to have the whole assembly rebalanced if I do that. But on a low ribbon RPM motor like mine, because it very rarely goes over 5,000 RPM, so it's not like it's really worth it. That being said, I will be adding a full-length crank windage tray. I was going to add a crank scraper too. I don't think it's really worth it, but this will fit better, much better than the factory one. Here's the factory one that I use, and you can see where I hammered it out to clear to the 383 stroke. And this only basically just covers the rear half of the crankshaft as far as controlling windage. This one here will do a better job, I like to think, of controlling windage, and it also has these louvers that catches the oil and helps with drain back. I never had an oil loss problem with this, with the 90 Corvette factory oil pan. It has pretty good baffling in it, and I've never had an oil loss problem on track or anywhere else. On road courses and stuff like that. So this certainly isn't going to help. This is pretty heavy duty, by the way. This is from Canton. Yeah, this is pretty heavy, well made. So hopefully that'll be worth the money. And I guess that's about it. Hopefully the next video I will have the engine block back. I'm not going to go, I don't think I'm going to do like an engine build video. It's pretty much general small block Chevy. Check all your clearances, piston ring gap, make everything everything is spotlessly clean. Nothing with lint on it. Like you see how I have everything on that towel over there. When it comes final assembly, nothing like that towel will be anywhere near the motor. You don't want any lint getting inside your oil passages or in your bearings. That will screw a motor up on first start. So hopefully the end of this week, I will have it back. Still waiting to hear from them. Calling them is useless. You know, they just rattle on this, that, and the other thing. So I don't hear from them by Wednesday. Maybe I'll give them a call, which is probably when this video will be out, and see what's going on. Like I said, all I can do is wait, and all you guys can do is wait if you're interested in seeing how it turns out. So you guys know the routine. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.